Women, listen closely, because what I'm about to tell you may change everything you thought you knew about aging and your skin. If you're over 50 and still using olive oil alone to support your collagen and smooth wrinkles, you may be unknowingly blocking one of the most powerful natural pathways to skin repair. The surprising truth is this: collagen doesn't always fade with age. Sometimes it simply gets trapped. Let me introduce myself properly. I am Dr. Eliza Hart, a board-certified obstetrician and gynecologist with over 15 years of experience in women's health, hormonal aging, and collagen science. I've met countless women in their 50s, 60s, and 70s who used olive oil faithfully, eating it, applying it, and trusting it to keep their skin young, yet still watched their wrinkles deepen, their glow fade, and their collagen quietly disappear. They never realized a simple truth: olive oil alone cannot unlock collagen. It needs vinegar, the activation switch that tells your skin it's time to rebuild. When used together, they don't just moisturize or protect. They send a biological signal that opens the pathways for collagen repair, circulation, and deep skin renewal. Before we go further, please subscribe. Help me reach my first 50,000 subscribers, and comment your country so I know this message is reaching women all over the world. And watch until the very end, because I have a small surprise for you that might change the way you nourish your skin forever. Now let's uncover why collagen doesn't simply fade with age. Sometimes it just gets locked away. 1. The silent collagen shutdown. After 50, why olive oil alone fails. When women look in the mirror after 50 and see deeper lines, thinning skin, dryness, and the loss of that once natural glow, they often assume it is simply aging. But what if the problem is not time, but silence? A silence happening deep beneath the skin, where collagen once flowed freely, but now lies dormant, waiting for something to awaken it. In my years as a specialist, I've met women who tried everything: olive oil massages, expensive creams, even daily supplements, yet their skin still lacked firmness, radiance, and bounce. The issue was not effort. The issue was activation. Collagen does not fade overnight. It shuts down quietly, starting beneath the surface, long before wrinkles become visible. After menopause, when estrogen levels drop, the body begins producing less nitric oxide, a molecule that acts like a messenger, carrying signals that tell the skin to repair, renew, and produce collagen. Without that signal, even the healthiest oils and nutrients cannot reach the collagen network effectively. It is like having the ingredients to bake bread, but forgetting to turn on the oven. Olive oil is nourishing, but it cannot turn on the repair switch because it does not activate nitric oxide on its own. This is why so many women are puzzled. They use olive oil, believing it helps their skin, yet their collagen continues to decline. It nourishes but does not activate. It supports but does not awaken. Even worse, the absence of nitric oxide makes blood microcirculation slower, which means fewer nutrients reach the lower layers of the skin, where collagen and elastin are formed. When the skin no longer receives that supply, it begins to sag, lines deepen, and elasticity quietly slips away. Many women tell me they feel as if their skin has stopped listening to them, as if nothing they apply makes a difference anymore, and that feeling can be deeply discouraging. Here is where the story becomes clearer. The true issue is not the oil, but the missing messenger. Without proper circulation, without nitric oxide, the collagen fibers remain weak and the repair pathways stay closed. Women sometimes think they need stronger creams, more supplements, or expensive treatments, when in truth, their skin is simply waiting to be reactivated from within. And this awakening is entirely possible, even after 70 or 80, when the right biological trigger is present. Because what the skin needs is not just nourishment, it needs a spark, a signal, an activation that tells it to begin rebuilding again, a catalyst that unlocks the pathways olive oil cannot reach alone. So now the question becomes, What is that missing activation switch that allows olive oil to do what it could never do alone? The signal that unlocks blood flow, collagen transport, and deep skin repair. Let's uncover the catalyst that turns supportive nourishment into true biological restoration. 2. The skin is not just a surface. It is a collagen organ. Many women believe that aging skin is simply dry, thin, and wrinkled because it is losing moisture. They look in the mirror, apply more creams, and wonder why nothing changes. But what they do not realize is that the true aging process does not begin on the surface. It begins deep beneath, in the collagen matrix, a living, biologically active structure that depends on blood flow, oxygen, and hormonal signaling. What you see on the outside is only the final reflection of what is happening, or not happening, see. Your skin is not just a covering. It is the largest organ of the body, and more importantly, it is a collagen-dependent organ. Collagen is not stored on the skin's surface. It is produced inside the dermis, delivered through microscopic blood vessels, protected by antioxidants, and held together by elastin fibers. When these fibers no longer receive nourishment or signals to renew, the skin does not just become dry, it becomes biologically inactive. That is why even the richest moisturizers cannot fix what has been turned off at the cellular level. After 50, something subtle but powerful begins to happen. Estrogen drops, nitric oxide sinks, and blood microcirculation slows down. That means collagen can no longer be delivered effectively to the dermal layer. The fibroblasts, the cells responsible for rebuilding collagen, grow silent, not because they disappear, but because they stop receiving the activation signal from within. Many women say, "My skin feels tired," and they are right. It is not weak. It is underfed, understimulated, and underactivated. This often leads to a silent disappointment, a sense that no matter how much they apply, nothing truly changes, and that is where hope quietly begins to fade. This is why traditional skincare alone does not restore firmness. You cannot fix internal collagen depletion with external surface treatments. Creams are designed to protect, but they cannot awaken. Oil can soften, but it cannot activate. Supplements may supply collagen, but without nitric oxide and microcirculation, they do not know where to go. Skin aging after 50 is not just about losing collagen, it is about losing collagen flow, and that is the true turning point. When women finally understand that their skin does not just need moisture or protection, but circulation and biological awakening, everything changes. Because when fibroblasts are activated, collagen production restarts. When blood microvessels open, nutrients reach where creams never can. And when collagen flow is restored, the skin responds, sometimes faster than expected. Your skin is not drying, it is starving. So now the question becomes, if creams cannot activate collagen flow and olive oil alone cannot awaken fibroblasts, then what natural trigger can open the pathway and allow collagen to return? Let's uncover why olive oil alone fails to restart the repair process, and what must be combined with it to truly make your skin come alive again. 3. Why olive oil alone fails to repair wrinkles. There is a moment many women over 50 experience. You start using olive oil faithfully, adding it to salads, massaging it into your skin, even taking it by spoon every morning, hoping it will nourish and restore that lost glow. Yet the mirror tells a different story. The fine lines remain, the skin still feels thin and tired, and the firmness you once had does not return. It feels confusing, even disappointing, because you are doing something good, yet your skin is not responding. But here's the truth. It is not your oil that failed. It is the activation that never happened. Olive oil is rich in antioxidants, vitamin E, polyphenols, and healthy fats that protect collagen and keep the skin's barrier strong. It helps prevent further damage, but it does not initiate repair. It supports, but it does not command. It feeds, but it does not awaken. Think of collagen like a sleeping system inside your skin. Olive oil provides the nourishment, But without nitric oxide to deliver those nutrients to the dermis, the collagen stays silent. Fibroblasts remain inactive, and wrinkles continue to deepen, not because help was missing, but because help was never truly activated. This is why so many women tell me, I take collagen, I use olive oil, I drink enough water, so why does my skin still look older? The answer lies in circulation. Without proper nitric oxide signaling, the pathways that carry collagen, vitamin C, hyaluronic acid, and olive oil's antioxidants cannot reach the lower skin layers where collagen is actually built. Nourishment without delivery is as ineffective as having seeds without soil. Let me put it simply. Olive oil is powerful, but it cannot open the door. It protects the hallway, but it does not send the messenger. It moisturizes, but it does not awaken the repair system. That is why so many women feel they are stuck, giving their skin support but never activating its ability to renew from within. If you've ever wondered why your skin seems to stop responding after 50, even when you take care of it, comment 1. If you're still unsure, comment 0 and stay with me, because very soon you will see exactly why activation is the missing link. Many of my patients describe a quiet sense of betrayal when they realize this, as if their body has stopped cooperating despite their best intentions. I remind them that nothing is wrong with their effort. What has been missing is the signal, not the will. Once you see that the problem is activation, not discipline, you can stop blaming yourself and begin working with your biology instead of against it. So now the real question is, what can unlock this pathway? What natural signal can tell fibroblasts to wake up, open blood flow, deliver olive oil's nutrients, and finally allow collagen repair to begin? That is where vinegar steps in, not as skincare, but as an activation switch. Now let's discover how vinegar turns nourishment into true biological rejuvenation. 4. Vinegar is the activation switch. There comes a point when women begin to realize that skincare alone is not changing their skin, and olive oil, though deeply nourishing, still does not activate true repair. What they don't know is that the missing link is not more products, but a biological signal, a catalyst that tells the skin to begin repairing from within. That catalyst is vinegar, not because of how it tastes, but because of what it triggers deep inside the body. It does not moisturize the skin, it activates it. Vinegar contains a compound called acetic acid, and when this compound enters the bloodstream, it communicates directly with the endothelial lining of blood vessels, the same lining responsible for regulating circulation, nutrient delivery, and collagen transport. Acetic acid triggers the release of nitric oxide, a signaling molecule that opens blood vessels, allowing oxygen, collagen, vitamin C, and antioxidants from olive oil to finally reach the dermal layer where collagen is built. Without this opening, nutrients remain trapped on the surface or in the bloodstream, never reaching the cells that need them most. When nitric oxide rises, something profound happens. Circulation improves. Fibroblasts begin to awaken, and the collagen building process that had been dormant for years slowly restarts. Women often describe this change not just as smoother skin, but as skin that feels alive again, warmer, healthier, and more responsive. Vinegar doesn't add collagen. It activates the pathway that allows collagen to travel, rebuild, and repair. It essentially reminds the skin how to renew itself rather than forcing it through artificial methods. But there's more. Vinegar also helps reduce glycation, the process where sugar molecules damage collagen fibers, making them stiff, brittle, and unable to stretch. Glycation accelerates wrinkling and sagging, especially after menopause when estrogen is low. Even if collagen is present, glycation prevents it from functioning properly. Vinegar helps protect against this damage, preserving the flexibility and structure of collagen. Another hidden benefit lies in how vinegar supports the gut. A healthy microbiome reduces systemic inflammation, which is essential for collagen repair. When inflammation is high, blood vessels constrict, nutrient delivery slows, and collagen-building cells fall quiet. Vinegar helps restore microbial balance, reducing inflammatory signals and allowing repair to resume. Many women report improved digestion, lighter energy, and even clearer skin once this internal inflammation starts to settle. Many women expect miracles after 1 or 2 days, but true skin repair is a biological process, not an event. Vinegar does not force collagen. It prepares the environment so that your skin can begin the work itself, steadily, naturally, and consistently. It does not replace olive oil or creams. It empowers them to finally do their job. So now that we understand vinegar as the activation switch, the question becomes, what happens when olive oil and vinegar work together at the right time, in the right way, to both open the door and bring in the nourishment? That is where the transformation truly begins. 5. Olive oil plus vinegar, the complete collagen activation formula. For years, many women believed that olive oil alone could protect their skin, massaging it onto their face at night, adding it to salads, trusting that its healthy fats and vitamin E would hold back time. And while olive oil truly protects and nourishes, it cannot by itself awaken collagen repair. It is like having nutrients ready to feed your skin, but with no open door to deliver them. Vinegar, as we discovered in the previous section, is the key that opens that door, but on its own, it does not supply what the skin needs to rebuild. It activates, but it does not nourish. The real change begins when both are used together, one unlocking the pathway, the other entering that pathway to repair, rebuild, and strengthen. When vinegar activates nitric oxide, blood flow begins to reopen in the finest vessels beneath the skin. Those vessels were not fully closed, but simply tight, tired, and unresponsive. Once they open, they become highways for collagen-building nutrients. That is where olive oil finally steps into its true role, not as a moisturizer, but as a transporter. Its polyphenols guard existing collagen fibers from oxidative damage. Its squalene supports elasticity. Its healthy fats rebuild the lipid barrier, helping skin retain moisture from within, instead of temporarily sealing it from the surface. And something else happens. Women often describe their skin feeling warmer, not in temperature, but in vitality. Some say their skin begins to feel awake, as if it remembers how it used to feel years before, fuller, softer, supported from beneath rather than coated on the surface. They start noticing that their foundation sits differently, that smile lines soften slightly, that texture feels smoother not because something was applied, but because something inside the skin has begun working again. The change is not forced. It is biological. Vinegar opens, olive oil delivers. When activation and nourishment finally meet, collagen is no longer just present. It is mobile. It reaches the dermis. It feeds fibroblasts. It rebuilds the scaffolding beneath your skin that holds shape, softness, and elasticity. That is why women using olive oil and vinegar together, consistently, gently, and correctly, often describe not just visible improvement, but a quiet sense of coming back to life. Not younger, but restored. It is important to understand that this is not skincare. It is collagen circulation therapy. You are not coating the skin, you are awakening it. You are not feeding collagen from the outside. You are allowing your body to use what it already has and restore what it has been waiting to repair. Vinegar opens the pathway. Olive oil carries collagen inside. And when your skin finally learns how to receive, not just be treated, you no longer chase results. You begin to feel them. So now, let me gently guide you through the simple, science-based routine that helps this activation happen naturally inside your daily life. 6. How to use it correctly. When a woman begins to understand that collagen repair is not about applying more, but about allowing more to reach, everything changes. Because now, we are working with the body, not against it. We begin in the morning when your skin is naturally shifting from repair mode to circulation mode. This is the moment when microvessels beneath the skin are most responsive, yet still sluggish after sleep. Instead of rushing into breakfast or skincare, take just one small step. A glass of warm water with a teaspoon of natural apple cider vinegar on an empty stomach. Not for digestion, not for weight loss, but to gently stimulate nitric oxide. Open those tiny vessels and signal your fibroblasts that circulation is returning. You are not feeding collagen yet, you are preparing the path for delivery. Many women describe this moment as waking up from the inside, even before their first meal. Then in the evening, not too late, but during the dinner hour when your body begins preparing for nighttime restoration, this is the moment to deliver. This is when olive oil is not just fat, not just vitamin E, but a transport system. Create a simple evening meal or salad using 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil and 1 to 2 teaspoons of vinegar, paired with leafy greens, warm vegetables, or avocado. When taken during this window, nutrients are not simply absorbed, they are directed. They move toward the very cells responsible for rebuilding collagen, softening the lipid barrier, improving elasticity, and repairing where time has quietly been taking. It is also important to understand that collagen repair happens most actively between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., known as the hormonal repair window. That is when growth hormone quietly sends instructions to the skin, telling fibroblasts to rebuild, replenish, and restore. And here is what most women do not realize. If circulation has not been activated and nutrients have not been delivered before this window, your skin may be sleeping, but it is not repairing. When done correctly, women often begin to notice subtle changes between week 2 and week 4. Less morning dryness, more natural dewiness, faint softening around the cheeks, and a sense of fullness that feels more like health than cosmetics. However, as with any biological activation method, not every woman should use it the same way. If you are taking blood-thinning medication, managing acid reflux, have low stomach acid, digestive ulcers, or are on hormonal therapy, you should not begin this protocol without speaking to your physician. Olive oil and vinegar are natural, but they are not neutral. They interact with circulation, acidity, and even medication absorption. This is not restriction, it is protection. And protection is also a form of nourishment, because when used gently, consistently, and at the right hormonal time, this daily rhythm does something remarkable. It reminds your skin that renewal is still possible, not because of something new, but because you used what your body already understands: signal, flow, repair. Now, as your skin learns to respond again, let's take a moment to understand the emotional shift that often happens, not just in appearance, but in how women over 50 begin to feel when their skin moves from surviving to repairing to receiving. What olive oil and vinegar quietly teach us is that beauty after 50 is not about adding more. It is about reactivating what was once quiet. Collagen does not simply disappear with an age. It slows, waits, and becomes less available to the skin. But when we reopen circulation, nourish wisely, and honor timing, collagen begins to move again, repair again, and support again. Your skin does not need to be forced. It needs to be reminded. So instead of chasing youth, nourish renewal. Instead of fighting wrinkles, support healing. Instead of feeling too late, remind your cells that they are still capable of responding, restoring, and remembering. Because when your body begins to receive again, not just be treated, something deeper than appearance changes. Your confidence, your softness, your presence. If you feel this channel brings value and helps women understand their body with grace and science, your small donation, even the price of a cup of tea, means so much and helps me continue creating these resources with sincerity and research. And before you go, if today's video touched you in any way, please don't forget to like, share it with another woman who may need it, and subscribe to help this channel grow. Thank you for being here. And thank you for allowing science to feel gentle again.